And I'm going to work real hard to contain everything I feel so I can address you all in a somewhat respectful manner. It's amazing that we ask our babies to keep being subjected to abusive conditions, right? It's amazing the double standard that our children are asked to endure, right? If a parent was doing what your sheriff's deputies do, they would go to jail, right? Nubia was protesting to use the bathroom after having been held for hours, over 10, 12 hours, and she asked, could I go to the bathroom? They said, I hope you piss on yourself, right? This is what she was told, right? So when Nubia's banging on the door to get somebody to come allow her to use the restroom, and this is what's in the police report, right? That she was banging on the door. She was banging on the door because she had to use the bathroom, right? When they came, they told her to take off her shoes, right? She put her hand on her head, and when she kicked her shoe off, the justification for the abuse was that the shoe hit the deputy. And so the abuse began there, right? Now, if a parent stood in your courtroom, in any courtroom, and said, I beat the hell out of my child because their shoe hit me, they would go to jail. This is in the police report. But we ask our children to endure a double standard that's unlawful by every other standard. If my children did something and broke a rule, which Santa Rita is a holding cell for people who haven't been convicted of anything, right? Because often what happens with our people, with our children, is the conditions are justified based on criminality, right? But this is a set of circumstances where these are people who have not been proven guilty on anything in its outrageous conditions. So, if I said to my child, nah, I'm gonna have your room in the nastiest conditions on the planet, with feces, urine, vomit, blood, right? Because you didn't get home on time, I would go to prison. But you all, by your inaction, you're condoning that same treatment for our babies, because it's predominantly our babies in those conditions, right? So I want to put that on you all, because I know you all have children, right? And like I said, excuse me, because I'm attempting to contain myself, right? As passionate as I am right now, this is only a fraction of what I really feel. When you all refuse to address it, you cannot get upset when the people address it themselves.
That's right. That's right.
So we're not asking, right? We only have a few people left here today, right? There were 30 people here. We're coming back with 100 next time. If it's not agendized, we will make it a priority. The sheriffs can come drag us out of here. We'll be back. And I'm saying that, we're asking for you all to make it a priority. We're asking. But if our ask isn't heard, then we will be heard. I want to make sure that we're very clear on what we're asking for, so this is not just a rant, right? So I'm going to read them off to you, right? All officers responsible for Nubia's abuse should be fired. All charges for all parties arrested should be dismissed and dropped.
Yes.
Nubia Bowe should be reinstated to job corps because they have a zero tolerance policy, right? That if she has a felony arrest, she's booted out. This is a young woman who had a plan, right? So to take care of her own expenses and be able to take care of herself, she was going to go to job corps, get a skill under her belt, and then take care of herself. She was booted out because of a felony arrest that was dropped down to a misdemeanor, but because of zero tolerance policies, she can't be reinstated unless all charges are dismissed, even though it was a felony arrest that was dropped to misdemeanor charges. That doesn't matter. Everything has to be dismissed. We have to work hard to create accountability measures. They have to be put in place to prevent the following abuses, which include but are not limited to females being required during undress in front of male guards and inmates, filthy and unsanitary, possibly disease-spreading conditions in cells, which these women just highlighted to you all. And these aren't so-called criminalized women. This isn't the criminalized population. These are professional people. These are people who are just concerned citizens, right? The hostile and often violent treatment of arrestees at the hands of sheriff's deputies, including the sexual harassment and assault of female arrestees. We demand an immediate, independent external investigation into Nubia's case in specific and the inhumane, torturous conditions at Santa Rita Jail in general. She was put in a straitjacket, shackled, right? A spit guard. What's the difference in this and Guantanamo? What's the difference in this and Abu Ghraib and the things that we've seen, that we've all acknowledged were inhumane conditions? This is not a notorious drug dealer moving keys across the border. This is not even, she didn't murder anybody. They were initially approached because they were supposed to be dancing on the BART. Dancing on the BART. So let's even say she had done what they said she was doing. Would anybody here say she deserved that treatment for dancing on the BART? I would guarantee that everybody here, that would be an emphatic no. So we ask, once again, please do something.